What's going on, everybody? This is Ernie with CGS, and right here we're going to do the mission Served Cold on the Dragonborn DLC for Skyrim. Served Cold, this was a random occurrence. It happened after I got the first black book, but I don't know if that's how it happens or if it just happens randomly. But when you're in the town of Raven Rock, the general will approach you and say that the second consular, Adro Arano, wants to speak with you. So, once he does that, you have to find him. And when I was playing, he was not in the consular's chambers. He was actually in the pathway on your way to the shrine. Now, once you talk to him, he informs you that there is a threat on the consular's life, and it's from a rival house that apparently the consular at one point had one of their family members executed for whatever crime he had committed, and so they want revenge. So getting to talking to him and whatnot, he'll give you a clue. He'll want you to talk to the proprietor of the inn, and so he's that's your first clue there. This is a fairly quick mission or quest, but there's a bunch of shit. Like, there's a whole bunch of steps you got to do. So it's quick, but it's like kind of fucking not. Like, it goes pretty fast. But the first half of the quest, all of it happens in town, in Raven Rock. But the second part of the quest, you actually have to travel off and figure out what's going on elsewhere, and then come back and talk to these guys. But so he gives you a cool little history lesson about what happened to Morrowind at the time of the Oblivion Crisis. He tells you that Oblivion Gates opened all over Morrowind, and that the reason why the consular here is the leader of the Durden, or whatever they're called, the Dark Elves, is because he was the one that was able to gather an army and repel them. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so once you're done talking to him, come into the inn and go right downstairs, talk to the bartender, and he'll give you a clue as to how to figure out what these conspiracy fuckers are up to. And he says that you should go to the tombs, the ancestral tombs underneath the what's it called there? The church, whatever the fuck it's called. The temple. There you go, the temple. Go into the Yulin ancestral tomb, and when you're there, just wait for somebody to come in. Now he told them to try to do it, and they apparently failed at this, because every time they went there, the person never showed up. So of course it's up to you to do these things, because no one else can do them for themselves, like always. So when you're done with him, you're going to head right out and go to the temple, and it's the you don't have to go up the stairs, but it's the second door on the right of the stairwell to the temple, and that's the ancestral tomb that you want to go into, because there's this door here, and then there's the other door on the other side of the stairway. So go through that door and literally just wait here. When I did this, I was down here for probably 10 fucking minutes before this quest even kicked in. Like, it even, because it'll say, like, completed, waiting in the fucking tomb. Like, seriously, I waited here for a while. But when and I wasn't sure what to expect, so I pulled out my weapon. But you don't have to kill anybody. The person comes in and you just talk to them. So when you're done waiting, you'll see, like, just look at the door that you would come in, and a little arrow will appear, and there's the person coming in. And all you have to do is approach them and talk to them. When I was playing, I wasn't sure if this was going to be a confrontation or what, so I was like sneaking around and shit. But you just talk to her, and the second you talk to her, it says that you've completed that task. Right there, boom. And then I want you to report back to Edril, or Adril, Arano, whatever the fuck that fantasy name is that I can never say. So, yep, so once you're done talking to her, head outside. And he was back in the... this time, he wasn't outside. He was in the consular's chambers or hall, whatever it's called. So we're going to head straight there now. And once you get in there, talk to him again. And he is going to basically tell you... because you don't have any hard evidence, but the little trick that the bartender told everybody to do, but they weren't able to do it, worked, and he's all surprised. He'll want you to now go and break into that woman's house that you just found at the temple. And he'll hand you a key, and he'll tell you to find hard evidence of the crimes and of the conspiracy. So, and now there's a couple of different ways you can do that. I went in there fucking guns blazing, but you don't have to do that. You can actually sneak around if you don't want to. And I do not know what happens alternatively, because I ended up killing the people in there. So, I don't know, maybe try it out yourself or whatnot. See if something happens differently if you don't kill them, because you never know with these games. There's always something different going on depending on how you do it. So, alright, so right here he's giving you the key, and you got to find their house, and it is all the way at the end of this road. You pass the blacksmith and keep going straight down the path, and before you hit the path heading to the shrine is the manor that all this is happening in. So, and there they were. And as soon as I walked in, they were all like, they had their swords out and everything. So I figured, fuck it. Let's fucking do this, right? So, now you do not have to do this, like I said. You can, I can tell you exactly how to get there once we get there. I killed them both, and I assumed that they had the evidence on them, too. That's the other thing. They do not have any evidence on them. So, because right here, I'll go search their body, and you don't find anything. But if you're good at lockpicking, the evidence is in a safe in the master bedroom downstairs. And it's an expert lock. So, excuse me. So if you're any good at lockpicking or whatnot, try to grab it. Try to grab it without killing them, and see what happens. So, anyways, but I took their safe key. I didn't end up picking the lock. I just took their key. So what you're gonna do is once you go downstairs, either whether you kill them or you don't, that doorway all the way across, right across from the stairwell, go down, go into that room, and on the left side of the room, right next to the chest, is this safe. Open up that safe, and there's a letter in there. You take that letter, and that's the hard evidence that he needs. So head back to the hall, or wherever Adriel is, and hand him the letter. He's gonna then, because inside that letter it says that they're not the only ones, and basically the arch enemy of the consular is here on the island, and they're staging an attack. So he tells you that he's going to send 2 of his best soldiers out there, and he wants you to accompany them. So once you do that, and right here I'm going to show you where it is on the map. It is, let's see, there you go, right there. It's pretty much on the other side of the island. It's past the little river. So I had a place that I had found about halfway there, and I had quick traveled. Once you get down there, there are people patrolling on the outside, so be careful. Once you find the guards that you're supposed to hook up with, they're dead when you get there. So it's all up to you now. You got no help. So this happened to me when I came in here. When I approached it, I saw that there were 2 guards, and then so I'm looking for the guard outside, and I can't find the second guard. I already killed the first one on the stairway, and then all of a sudden, he like comes right out of the doorway, and then he goes back inside the building, and I was like, what the fuck? And then he comes right back out again and walks literally right over me. It was weird, but it had me kind of like confused a little bit because I did see 2 guards outside, so I didn't know if this guy was coming outside from inside. I don't know. So I kind of walked around for a second to see if there was somebody else out here, and I think it was just him. I didn't find anybody else, or I didn't see anybody else. So I just went right back inside. It was kind of strange. Anyway, so now when you come down in here, if you take like an immediate right, you can go downstairs. Here I was kind of like looking around. I didn't know where to go. But right as you come through the door, there's that doorway right there all opened up, and you head right downstairs. Now be careful in here because there are a shitload of traps, and I mean like a shitload of traps. I had forgotten that I had leveled up my sneak like almost fucking, I think it is all the way up. And in that tree, you have the ability to not set off traps when you walk over like the pressure plates. I had forgotten that, so like there's one room where I set all the traps off to like protect myself, realizing, oh wait, I don't. After I did that, I realized, oh wait, I don't have to do that. So if I think it's called like Lightfoot or something. So if you have that, don't worry. But if you don't, keep your eye on the ground because there are traps literally everywhere. To open up this first gate inside this alchemy room here, where this guy is that I just shot, right next to the door as you enter on the right, there's a chain. You pull that chain and it will open up the gate in the hallway. See right here? And it took me a second, but I figured it out. Alright, and then through here, there's a couple of guards in here. Now, one of the chains to open up that gate is in that door right in front of me that I just looked at. That door, see, I activated that chain thinking that it was the one, but it didn't. It actually closed the gate behind me. So there's 3 guards in this room. Take them out. And there's a chain for... There's 2 chains for this gate because there's 2 different sets of bars. And I think one of them is right next to the door. Yeah, it is. It's right next to the door. It's right to the left of the gate. Once I'm done playing with all these guys, dead bodies. I always look for everything when I do this stuff. But see, that's where I realized, oh shit, there's no fucking... It only opened one of the sets of bars. Alright, here we go. So when you first come in, you're going to want to go into this room here. It's right to the right of that first gate that we opened. And see on the floor, all these traps on the ground. At this point, I had forgotten, oh wait, I got to set these off, but I didn't have to. But just so everyone else knows, if you don't have that ability, there are traps everywhere. And then in this area, all these pressure plates on the floor, they're going to set off those spiked grates that will stab you or whatnot. So just be careful. In here, there are actually 2 chains in here, one on each one of these pillars. I just passed one. I pulled that one chain, and then I said, oh shit, there's still more bars. So I went back in and found out that there's a chain on that first pillar as you enter there, too. Right there. So be sure to pull both of those chains in there. Again, watch out for all the traps. There's a fucking shitload of them in this place. And then there's the leader, the main target. And he's also got a couple of guards in there with him too. So once you take them out, really taking him out finishes the quest. He's got a key to a safe, or not a safe. I'm sorry, a chest. But there really isn't anything in that chest. There wasn't anything really remarkable in here. But once you're done looking around at all the stuff in here, you could probably make some money. I mean, they got a bunch of weapons and stuff on them, and a lot of armor and stuff. But like that chest, there really wasn't anything in it. Once you leave here, travel right back to Raven Rock. Go to the find the second consular, and tell him that you have completed the quest and that you are the threat on the consular's life is all taken care of, and they fucking love you for it. And they tell you, and they reward you. Your reward is a house. It's the manor where we went in and killed the two conspirators, and we found the letter in the safe. They end up rewarding you with that house, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty big. There's a lot of mannequins for your armor and stuff, and there's also there's a blacksmithing right as you get downstairs. Right to the right of the stairwell there's a blacksmithing table. There's an alchemy table. There is and what's the other thing that I got? Alchemy, blacksmithing, and the fucking enchanting. That's it. The enchanting table. And there's 2 bedrooms. The place is fucking huge. And it also, by doing this quest, Serve Cold, you'll get an achievement. Once he awards you with the house, your achievement is called Raven Rock Owner. So that's pretty cool too. And it should pop up here in a second.
And I hope you'll consider staying with us as a
Where is it? Serve Cold complete. There it is. Raven Rock Owner. Nice. I don't know why my screen got all fucked up. Anyways, thanks for watching.